Welcome everyone! This is Vibrations and Manifestations, and today we are diving deep into something so incredibly important for a happy, healthy life. How to actually build a community that heals and lifts you up. So let's get right into it. I love this quote because it gets to the heart of what we're talking about today. You know, we all say we want more connection, but wanting it is just the spark. Today, we're going to talk about how to build the fire. We're going beyond just wishing for it and getting into the real, practical steps and the inner energetic shifts that actually make it happen. So to really get this, we have to start with the science. Because I want you to understand that this need you feel for connection, well, it isn't just a preference or a nice little feeling. Nope, it is literally built into your biological design. Yeah, our bodies are actually hardwired to connect with each other. You've probably heard of mirror neurons, right? They're what help us feel empathy. And then there's this incredible process called co-regulation. It's basically the invisible glue that syncs up our nervous systems when we're around people we trust. It's this beautiful biological dance that can literally shift us out of stress and into a state of safety, turning an isolated me into a supported we. And this isn't just some small feel-good thing. We're talking about massive, long-term studies, like the famous Harvard study of adult development. And what they found is just staggering. The quality of our relationships is the single #1 predictor of our long-term happiness and well-being. Think about that. It's more important than money, more important than fame or social status. It's all about connection. So let's just get this crystal clear. Reaching out, needing people, wanting to build community, that is not a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign that you're listening to your own body. It's an acknowledgement of your biological design. This is a fundamental, non-negotiable part of how we are built to heal and to truly flourish. Okay, so now we know why this is so critical from a scientific point of view. But to actually create it, we have to shift our focus. Before we ever look outside of ourselves to find our people, we absolutely must turn inward. Because here's the secret. The community you attract is always a reflection of your own inner state. Let's try something together right now. Just for a second, wherever you are, just pause. And I want you to check in with yourself. Give yourself a little inner weather report. With absolutely no judgment. What's it like in there today? Is it sunny? A little bit cloudy? Maybe it's a bit stormy. Just notice. All right, now as you hold that awareness of your inner weather, let's plant a new seed of thought. I want you to repeat this affirmation, either in your head or out loud if you can. There are people looking for me just as I am looking for them. Just feel the truth of that for a moment. Imagine it rippling out from you like a clear, beautiful signal, calling your people just a little bit closer. Perfect. So now that we've set that inner foundation, let's talk about how to build on it with some tangible, real-world actions. With our energy pointed in the right direction, we can start taking these small, practical steps that, believe it or not, create the deepest connections. You know, building a community doesn't mean you have to go out and become a social butterfly overnight. It really doesn't. It often starts with just deepening 1 or 2 relationships you already have, but with consistency. A shared ritual could be as simple as a weekly coffee or even just a quick check-in text. And leading with value? That isn't a transaction. It's about offering what you have, your attention, a listening ear, or maybe your awesome sense of humor. And here's something that can take so much pressure off. Remember that not every connection has to be this super deep, best friend for life thing. It's really helpful to think of your community in layers. You've got that inner circle for deep support. Then the middle circle, friends, coworkers, that's for camaraderie. And that outer circle is so important too. That's your neighbors, your hobby groups. It gives you that wider sense of belonging. Each layer has a totally different and meaningful role to play. And please remember this. The big, beautiful tapestries of connection, they're almost always woven from the tiniest threads. A simple smile you give a stranger, a genuine compliment, asking your barista how their day is going. These little micro moments, that's where the real magic happens. All right, now let's talk about the energy that powers all of this. Because building community, it's not just a checklist of strategies. It's a vibrational field. Think of it like you're broadcasting a personal signal, right? And that signal is based on that inner weather we just checked in on. It's about consciously creating an atmosphere of connection and really feeling it into reality, maybe even before you see the evidence. So it's time to go into what I like to call debug mode. We have to get really good at catching that old static, you know? Those limiting beliefs that whisper, I'm always on the outside. And when we catch them, we just gently and intentionally reframe them. We broadcast a new, clear signal. So instead of feeling alone, what if you told yourself, I'm just in the waiting room of alignment? Doesn't that feel different? Let's make this feeling real with a quick visualization. So if it feels safe for you to do so, go ahead and gently close your eyes. I want you to picture yourself standing in front of a doorway. And you just know on the other side of this door is a room filled with people who feel like home.
Now, in your mind's eye, imagine stepping through that doorway. You hear this warm, easy laughter. You see smiling faces looking up at you. Somebody waves you over to come sit with them. And as you join them, just feel your shoulders drop, feel your heart soften, and let this truth sink deep into your bones. You are welcome. You belong here.
Now, from the center of your chest, from your heart, picture these beautiful golden threads of light extending out, connecting you to every single person in the room, creating this luminous web. Feel how supported you are, how held you are. And just repeat this to yourself. I am woven into a web of support. Okay, now let's take that incredible warm feeling from our visualization and bring it right into our daily lives. I've got a few simple but really powerful tools you can try out this week to anchor that feeling of connection and help it grow. Here are 3 really simple practices. The scavenger hunt just means doing one intentional thing, like sending that text you've been meaning to send. Segment intending is just setting a quick intention before you, say, walk into work. Or you could try the journal prompt. The key is just choose one. That's all it takes to start building some real momentum. And as we wrap up, I really want you to hold on to this idea. Healing always begins with connection, and community is how we sustain that healing. And you are not just passively waiting to find your perfect group of people. You have the power, right here and right now, to be an active creator of these healing circles in your own life. So my invitation to you is simple. Just take one small step this week. Try one of the tools we talked about. That's it. That's where it all begins. For a deeper dive on all of this, you can always check out the full podcast episode. But until next time, please remember that you are a powerful creator of the very connection you seek.